Hello guys and gals, gamers alike. This is something that everybody can sort of agree on. Whether you're from V or whether you're from the most lukewarm parts of the gaming internet, everyone dislikes Activision, okay? In fact, I think everyone dislikes almost every single AAA publisher, but Activision is a certain breed of cancer, a certain breed of anal hemorrhoid, as a company that gamers should try to basically avoid as much as they can, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, Activision was sued a couple days ago by the California State Agency, the Department of Fair Employment and Housing. So it's actually a state government agency, okay, suing Activision. And this is part of a 2-year investigation into Activision's abhorrent workplace practices. Now, to understand, this is a lawsuit, so a lot of this is alleged, okay? This is mostly allegations. So everyone is innocent until proven guilty. As somebody that really believes in the legal system, I feel like you have to constantly mention that. Now, of course, I'm going to read you a couple dirty excerpts from this entire situation, some that'll make your skin crawl a little bit. So here is number 1. Defendants have also fostered a pervasive frat boy workplace culture that continues to thrive. In the office, women are subjected to cube crawls, in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol. So aside from all the harassment stuff already, these people are plastered on their jobs. So this is a reason why your games always come out really shit. As they crawl through their ways through various cubicles in the office and often engage in inappropriate behavior towards female employees, male employees proudly come to work hungover, play video games for long periods of time during work, while delegating their responsibility to female employees, engage in banter about their sexual encounters, talk openly about female bodies, and joke about stuff that'll definitely get you fired. So not only is there harassment going on, but there's terrible workplace mismanagement. And do I doubt this from Activision? On a personal level, I've been around corporate long enough to know that this kind of shit can be fostered in fields like this, okay? I'm not saying that this happened at Activision, but I'm not having a hard time imagining it, okay? I'm not putting a lot of effort into imagining the situation play out. You understand? So as disgusting as these cube crawls are, it actually gets a little bit worse than that. So while this lawsuit is definitely geared towards the idea of male-female workplace relations, I'm pretty sure that's because of the department they work in. I'm pretty sure the DFEH covers this specific department pretty heavily. In another example, a female employee who worked at Blizzard Entertainment was assigned to a lower level, denied equal pay, and passed over for a promotion despite multiple factors that suggested she earned it. So here are the factors. Highly rated performance reviews. Yeah, it burns when you get fucked over because you're rated high. 2, she generated significantly more revenue in her marketing campaigns than her male counterpart. And she ran almost twice as many campaigns as her male counterpart. So not only is she working harder, but because she's outputting more campaigns, she's making more money. You think the person that makes you the most money in an organization should be the one promoted. And apparently that, I guess, didn't fucking happen here. Despite her accomplishments, her male counterpart was invited to have monthly or weekly one-on-one meetings with the vice president. What the... Okay. She was not afforded these same opportunities and unsurprisingly was passed over for a promotion in favor of her male counterpart. Similarly, other female employees at Blizzard Entertainment were assigned to lower level roles, denied equal pay, and further delayed or passed over for promotion in favor of male counterparts who lacked the same experience or qualifications, but who were friends with the male head of the unit. Okay, that shit I can definitely see in a workplace like this. God damn. It's not even just nepotism, it's I know a guy, I'm gonna hire my boy. And that's how it works. You put your boys on the payroll. Dude, I can absolutely 100%. I'm not saying that happened, but again, I'm not having a hard time imagining this shit. A newly promoted male supervisor delegated his responsibilities to his now female subordinates in favor of playing Call of Duty. So not only are you not doing your job, but instead of playing a good game like Dragon Quest XI, this dumb motherfucker apparently was playing Call of Duty? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's a terrible choice. You disgust me. Again, if it happened, right? Shit. There are a couple other points that I want to mention, but I'm pretty sure YouTube is ready to age restrict anything because it's actually that disgusting. It involved the loss of life of an individual who took their own life, a female employee, because one of the male employees allegedly was harassing her during a company trip. You know, there were things like butt plugs being mentioned. Again, it's really disgusting, and I actually urge that you go out of your way after this video, or, you know, you can click off right now and go seek the actual legal docket and read it for yourself. I've been sort of assessing this throughout the entire night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-year investigation, okay? Possibly even more. And I have to imagine that when the state gets involved, they probably have a lot of receipts, okay? So the fact that this is going to trial, because you have to understand one thing, in America, you can get sued for anything. But trying to sue a multi-billion-dollar, tech giant like Activision and Activision Blizzard is a whole different ball league. You better make sure you have every T crossed and every I dotted if you're going to go into a legal battle with these people. So this is Activision's response to the entire thing. The DFEH includes distorted and in many cases false descriptions of Blizzard's past. We have been extremely cooperative with the DFEH throughout their investigation, including providing them with extensive data and ample documentation. But they refused to inform us what issues they perceived. They were required by law to adequately investigate and to have good faith discussions with us to better understand and to resolve any claims of concern before going to litigation. But they failed to do so. Instead, they rushed to file an inaccurate complaint, as we will demonstrate in court. We are sickened by the reprehensible conduct of the DFEH and to drag into the complaint the tragic suicide of an employee whose passing has no bearing whatsoever on this case, and with no regard for her grieving family. While we find this behavior to be disgraceful and unprofessional, it is unfortunately an example of how they have conducted themselves throughout the course of their investigation. It is the type of irresponsible behavior from unaccountable state bureaucrats that are driving many of the state's best You're calling yourself one of the best businesses, Activision? Okay, buddy. Okay, ego Andy there, out of California. Now, I really am actually sickened by how they basically put it on to the DFEH by saying, you brought up a tragic suicide here. No. If the tragic suicide was actually caused by something that happened at the company, that's on you, Activision Blizzard. And that's why it was brought up. And I actually would love to see it investigated and actually dealt with appropriately in the eyes of the court. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is an allegation, right? A big fucking bombshell allegation on Activision. But to understand, Activision isn't the only one that's doing stuff like this. Let's look at the other history of AAA gaming companies. I mean, if you do one quick cursory Google search on Ubisoft, you can find out that even Ubisoft has sexual misconduct scandals, and even Riot Games has had their own, scandals regarding sexual harassment and stuff too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is something that ripples through the entire industry, right? And unfortunately, it shouldn't happen, but it does. Now, you're gonna have a lot of people who have the low IQ take, like, oh, if you don't feel safe, just fucking work somewhere else. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't feel safe working in a place where you buy the butter for your bread, you shouldn't have to leave the workplace. The workplace should get its shit together. And in an age of HR compliance and all this kind of nonsense, companies are walking on eggshells. I mean, theoretically they should be. The fact that this allegedly was even this bad at Activision is a bad sign. And the reason why a video like this is made, and the reason why this is even in my mind, is if this was just a random lawsuit given, I probably would wait a little while to see how it would brew. But if a state agency, is doing this, that means the state probably has some pretty fucking damning receipts that they're willing to show out during an actual lawsuit take place. Now, when you look at Activision's history as a company, it doesn't exactly look better. I mean, it's nowhere close to as bad as what the current lawsuit we're looking at is, but Activision is a company that ended up actually firing some of their top key developers from Infinity Ward during the time of Modern Warfare 2, okay? So if you don't know, Jason West and Vince Zampella were the former heads of Call of Duty's developer, like Infinity Ward, one of their biggest developers out there. Arguably, Modern Warfare 2 is a game that basically solidified the strength of the Call of Duty franchise for over a decade down the line, all right? Their biggest cash maker, by the way. These guys ended up getting fired because apparently Activision, I guess, believed that they planned to steal away the talent and take them over to EA. These guys got fired, and Activision, after firing these guys, for them apparently committing something wrongful would mean not having to pay them out millions of dollars in bonuses because of Modern Warfare 2. Again, these are the details of how the lawsuit was from both sides. Again, the actual outcome of this was a settlement that remains strictly confidential. So again, there's another situation where they denied the toys for Bob. If you guys don't know, these people worked on Crash Bandicoot 4 and like Spyro the Dragon. It was a cool studio. But eventually, these guys sort of got shifted around. But they confirmed that they were shifted to Call of Duty Warzone, okay? They will provide additional development support to COD Warzone. This is a company that sucks in talent and leaves it working on the shittiest fucking games imaginable. No, I don't think you're going to find anybody in the world that thinks this isn't disgusting to read through. This whole lawsuit doesn't send chills down their spine. And while Activision Blizzard is getting fired, a lot of people are saying that this is Activision, so there's a bit of conflation going on. Activision is, I think it's merged with Activision Blizzard, at least that's how I understand it. So really, both companies sort of get into each other's ire, if you will, right? Both of them are represented the same in the eye of the public image. Activision Blizzard, Activision Holdings, whatever. So when I'm looking at this entire situation, ladies and gentlemen, I think the only way to actually truly make any effective change in the world right now is to not play any of their games any longer, okay? If you feel what you've read is disgusting and you want Activision to be held accountable, if any of this is true, again, these allegations, if they turn out to be true, the only way this company is ever going to fucking learn from anyone is when people uninstall Warzone, when people uninstall Diablo 3, when people uninstall Overwatch, when people uninstall World of Warcraft, okay? Some of their biggest heavy-hitting games. Listen, I'm a huge Diablo 3 fan, but I'm not buying Diablo 2. I'm not buying Diablo 4, okay? If this turns out to be absolutely true in the lawsuit down the road, I'm done with Activision. I ain't buying their Diablo games. There's plenty of other games besides Diablo that I can play. I could go play Path of Exile. I could play anything that directly competes with them and isn't them. When it comes to Call of Duty, look, I like Modern Warfare 2019. Warzone might be one of the best battle royales out there. But if this turns out to be true, if you play their games, and even if you don't buy battle passes or subscription fees or cosmetics, you are a registered blip on their active player roster, okay, that they can show to investors. Even if you don't give money to Activision, they still make money off of you. And if this turns out to be true, the best thing gamers can do is uninstall their games and start playing from their competitors, because it's the only way a company is going to listen, okay? No amount of online change.org petitions are going to do fuck all. No amount of Twitter bitching is going to do anything. Videos like this aren't going to do anything, okay? What's going to happen is, like, what needs to happen, all right, is if they're responsible for it, if this is real, all right, and to be honest with you, me personally, I'm not having a hard time imagining anything in this lawsuit. The best thing you can do is uninstall their games and start playing from their competitors. Fuck Call of Duty. Start playing shit like Titanfall. Hell, that new Tom Clancy's XD or X-Defiant or XD Tunes that came out, whatever the fuck it is, go play that instead. Actually, wait, that came from Ubisoft and they have their own shit. Yeah, most AAA is kind of trash, actually. God damn, that's a topic for another video for another time. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I've talked your ear off long enough. Activision seems like they're one of the most disgusting companies out there. And honestly, if this is true, the only way they're going to learn is if you stop playing World of Warcraft. Embrace Final Fantasy XIV Online instead, MMO nerds. That being said, this is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.